Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to Breakfast with Sergio. In today's episode, I'm here with Blindt and Joanna Cislak. We're going to have a great conversation about what it is like to live with another artist, not only in the same house, but also work in the same studio. Well, hi, Peter. Hi, Joanna. How are you today?
Great. How are you, Sergio?
Hello, Sergio. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing some of your kind of experiences as an art couple and what that means. So we have kind of a fun story where we met in one of my webinars in a Zoom call, actually, just a couple of weeks ago, talking about art collecting and so on. You guys were there, and kind of like at the end of the session where we were just doing some chat with artists, just happened that I think Joanna had a question, and then somehow in the conversation, you were in your studio and then talking about how your husband also worked in the studio. And that really got me interested, like, wait a minute. So that means both of you have been not only together in the pandemic, right, like every other kind of couple, but also you actually work together, work in the same studio space. And we're going to talk about in a minute how you arrange it and, what are the things you guys do not to kill each other in the studio. And it just got me really interested. I said, why don't you guys come over here to Breakfast with Sergio and we have a nice chat on what it's like, to be together as a couple and work together also as artists, which is kind of really exciting. And I know there are many other artist couples out there. So if you're one of those, you're an artist couple, I think this interview you will find it as well very interesting. So Joanna and Peter, welcome back again. Super excited. So let me ask you first, how has the pandemic been for you guys being confined together?
So
whoever wants to answer that one first.
Well, let me go first. I will say this. We probably are less affected than the vast majority of people because we spend our time here. We're outside of the city. It's quiet. And we are homebodies. We spend a lot of time in the art studio. Joanna really is the person who drives the business, I would say, the most. So she's on her computer a lot. But for us, this is not work. We're doing what we love. So we're at it for 10, 12, sometimes 14 hours in a day. And if I might add too, we're not husband and wife yet. We are living together and working together. And it is most of the time a lot of fun.
All right, that's awesome. Now let's hear that Joanna's side.
What's the most of the time? I think it's the part when I say, hey, this doesn't go there, it goes here.
She's the organized one. I'm the typical artist.
Very good. No, that's awesome. So let me ask you a little bit of, how do you guys met and, when did you decided to actually have your studios together? Because I know many artists too who are couples, but each one has their own studio, their own separate spaces, so to conserve the peace in the home.
For us, we actually, I would say, we really work together. Art is the thing what brought us together. We know each other for a pretty long time. And that was the thing which actually twisted. I love art. I've loved art my whole life, and it's when I met Pete and I heard he's an artist. That was the first thing. Can I see your art studio?
Exactly.
And we started painting together. So we paint separate, but we actually share studio together. Pete has his side, I have my side. But we work at the same time together or in different times. But even if we work together, it's actually fun because if I feel stuck, I always can ask him for help to take a look and give me advice. When he's stuck, he calls for my help.
I will say this too, for any art couples out there, if you can set your ego aside and approach your partner, I actually seek Joanna's critique. She has a great eye. I get stuck a lot and I'm looking at a piece getting frustrated because I don't know, it's locked.
Yeah. And
she is like magic. She says, well, do this, this, and this. And I sit back and I think, why didn't I see that?
So we have it vice versa because it works both ways. So this is the amazing part. And sometimes you get argue like, okay, this is too far, this is not too much. Or I'll be like, straightforward, you ruined this. and then I feel super bad. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Let me say it one more time.
Yeah.
And we fix this up. So it ends up with laugh and
And a glass
cool.
of wine.
And a glass of wine.
Exactly. There you go. Not during working hours, or also during working hours. The glass of wine.
Right, exactly.
Not working and drinking. But anyway, so, because making art is, for most artists, kind of a solitary, kind of activity, right? We walk in the studio and we make the art. But having somebody kind of there also, I think some of the benefits, as you both mentioned, is having another set of eyes who can also provide feedback, who can also provide, another way of looking at the same thing, which sometimes for us as artists is very difficult. And I think that's one of the greatest benefits when you find another person, which could be your partner or maybe just another friend. For many artists, sometimes it's they're the studio neighbor, right? Particularly artists who work within a community, with just inviting somebody in your studio and just take a look at what you are doing. I think it benefits both the artist who is receiving the feedback and also the artist who is giving the feedback, because again, it keeps you looking and it keeps you also examining not only your own art, but also, the other person's art, and kind of having that mutual respect and response from each other. I think that is really cool.
I agree. I can give one tip though.
Go ahead.
From us, just make sure to people talk together about everything, because sometimes I have this habit, like I'll think about something or something and I don't say it out loud, and then when it comes into work together, there comes up like something like misunderstanding, right? It's like I would tell people like, you stole something from me, that was my idea, or people be like, you stole my idea. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, let me explain to you. I knew this from 20 years ago. I just never show you. I know it,
Let me prove it to you. That is interesting. So let's talk a little bit about also the dynamics of the studio. So you guys set up your own studio where you can work at the same time. How did you decide, how to divide the space? Like, does each one of you have your own equipment and your own materials? Are there areas that are shared spaces, or how do you kind of manage that as a couple?
We both have our own side of the studio.
Okay.
And we often will work alone. I tend to get up really early, and Joanna, if she's inspired, she'll stay up and work late. I run out of gas at a certain point. But there's a lot of time where we're in the studio together, but just focused on our own projects, and we'll either out of interest for what's going on and the other side walk over and check it out, because we have tables that are up and you don't necessarily see to the other side. Okay. Or one or the other will ask, hey, I'm working on this, what do you think?
It just crossed my mind, actually. You don't know that, but when you go to sleep, I like to sneak on your side. Because he leaves a mess a little bit, so I'm like, okay, I won't have to clean now. So
yeah, but we do share.
I can make a mess, but then I end up cleaning anyway. So
we share everything. We share ideas. We share materials, and we don't get caught up in the expense side. It's all about creating the work, and it all gets figured out very easily.
I see.
We have everything, like whoever shops or goes shopping for art supply, we do it for both of us. And we have stuff organized in the studio, where is the ink, where are the paintings, where is the supply, like other stuff for paint, like how do you call it? Like stuff for paint.
To me, it's our little version of what Wrigleyville used to be. I was a big fan. Still, I'm a big fan of the Cubs, but I don't have season tickets anymore. But I loved how the rooftop viewing evolved from when I was a little kid to like this, big thing where a lot of people would sit there, and then there were all the bars around, and it was this lively place that sprang up organically on its own. Well, this studio is like that. If we were to take a tour around the studio, it's a cool little wonderland. And but it evolved over years, and so we all have our special. She has her special spot, organized her way. Mine is my way, and
yeah. That's great. Well, thank you so much, Peter and Joanne, for being with us today, for sharing your experiences together as a couple, as artists as well, working together. We look forward to many amazing, things that you will do together, your collaborations that are coming up as well. And thank you so much. Before we go, one last piece of advice from each one of you, for another artist couple. Kind of one of maybe your top 3, or give me one of your top advice that you can share.
I have advice. I will say smiling. Let your partner speak and don't say I know better, because because it's very helpful. And when we work as a couple together, I'll tell you, each of us always bring amazing part of the art, like something different, and when it's on one canvas, it actually comes up as an end very beautiful piece. So
excellent.
Interesting.
Find the strength of your partner and celebrate that strength. Joanna has a high organizational skill set, and I think that's absolutely terrific.
Right.
And so, yeah.
And Pete is very good in math and the other stuff, and that goes together,
Exactly. So where can you be found in social media? So Joanna, where can we find you? And then Peter, where can we find you?
So for me, you can find me on Instagram under name Joanna Cislak Art. And I'm working also on a Facebook fan page. It's going to be probably same name, and it's going to be another source where you can find me. This is for now. And for Pete, you can find Peter on Instagram also, and his name is Blindt Peter.
Okay.
Or on a Facebook.
Peter Blindt Artist.
Peter Blindt Artist. I'm sorry.
Very good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. I want to say to all friends watching this, thank you for joining us today. Please share this episode with all your friends, particularly if you know of other artist couples. Send them this episode and tell them, hey, you got to check this one out. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode. With Sergio. Goodbye.